AI is a business transformation, not just a technology transformation. Hello, everybody. I'm Asif Akram. I'm the Chief Operating Officer for Systems Limited. We are here to start a new series, Systems Unplugged. In this series, we're going to be cutting down the noise of all the tech that's happening in the world. What's AI doing? What is automation doing? How's the transformation of businesses happening around the globe? And in this series, we're going to be talking to many of the tech leaders in Pakistan. Today, with me, I have Adnan Anjum. Adnan, welcome to Systems Unplugged. Adnan is the Country General Manager of IBM Pakistan. Congratulations on your new role, Adnan.
Thank you very much, Asif.
And he's been with IBM for about 16 years. And he's done several roles in this. I know you personally, so I can talk about it. Starting from a lot of data transformation, a lot of work that you've done in AI, running the global delivery center for IBM, and also publishing 6 data and AI papers. So Adnan, a great career, an excellent tech leader, well-known in Pakistan, now getting known globally as well, done a lot of work in the Middle East. Again, welcome. And today what we're going to talk about is the impact of AI around the globe and in Pakistan. Let me start off, Adnan, by asking you, how does IBM and yourself, you see the opportunities and challenges of AI in Pakistan and around the globe? So would like to hear your views and comments.
Thank you very much for the warm introduction. It's an absolute honor to join the fascinating conversation like this. And to be honest, whenever we talk the global leaders, we always tell us that we are living in extremely defining moments in terms of technology. AI is really shaping the world around us. Every day we have a new model. Every day we have a new AI-powered chips. Businesses are redefining their models. Governments are redefining the way they are communicating with their citizens. And most importantly, Asif, I would like to talk about our role as technology leader in defining the AI-powered future that is reliable, that is scalable, and most importantly, relevant to the local industry.
Excellent, excellent. And we'd really like to hear from you the impact on Pakistan as well.
That's
because I think our industry is moving in that direction. So would like to really hear all of these things from you.
If you look at the Pakistan, it has a unique convergence of strengths. So I will start with the strengths. We have an extremely high amount of the digital native youth. More than 60% of our population is less than 30. We saw a surge of change and adoption of technology in the last 3 years. We are sitting on a gold mine of data in terms of banking industry, telco industry, shipping, pharmaceutical. I'm seeing a change because there's a lot of fintechs and new startup culture coming in, which is very encouraging. And they like to fail, they want to fail, which is important in the technology world like us. The third aspect is a service sector that is booming. The likes of System Limited, the likes of IBM, the likes of the other small companies who are serving the world, not only about IT, about the healthcare, about the financial services. And that's the playground for AI, I always say, account receivable, payable, HR services. That's there. And the most importantly, the appetite. Whenever I meet all the CIOs or the government function, what really inspires me is the appetite of the government functionalities about the AI. But there is a flip when we talk about the challenges. To be honest, it's more about, it's not about the technology is not ready. I always believe that in Pakistan, it's the ecosystem around this that is not ready yet, right now. And most of about 60% of the ideas never leaves the whiteboard. Out of whatever 30% left, the most of them, after completing the POC, we are never able to scale. And let me tell you a story. I was working with the manufacturing, one of the very large exporter in Pakistan, and they had a very fine problem to predict the fault. They identify one use case, very promising one. They had the sensor data. They implemented the POC. Result were promising, but then what happened? They didn't have the data silos. Because of the data silos, they were unable to have the live feed to share with them. The business case of training and productionizing, the CFO was not buying into that. And the C-suite said, okay, I can throw 4 bodies and they can solve this problem. So it's primarily not about the technology not ready. It's about, number one, the leadership vision and the ecosystem.
Yeah.
So our job as IBM and System Limited will be to help the local industry build that ecosystem and solve the surroundings so that AI can flourish. It's just like the plants. We have to water them. We have to give the right environment. So that is where I believe the overall challenges come in.
All right, great. So as systems, we are also seeing very similar challenges, but we're seeing a lot of opportunities, as you've said. We're seeing telcos, we're seeing banks. You meet them as well. We meet them as well. In that really scale to do it. See, we are believing, and I know all the tech companies are believing that technology or AI has now become an equalizer.
Correct.
The field is now level playing field for every country, for every company, for every individual. So while we see a lot of opportunities, I agree with the challenges. One of the areas that we are seeing is the talent incubation. It's a huge opportunity for us you said 60% of youth of our population is under 30, and we are a very digitally native country. So that's a huge opportunity. For that, what we've done is, we are about 7,000 people in Pakistan. We've started a program called AI Now. This initiative is about internal change management. It has got 4 areas. One is training our 7,000 team members on how and where AI is going. Then it's about mentoring them, coaching them, and educating them. It's also about creating AI productivity in every day-to-day work that we do. And then finally, taking products, tools, solutions to our customers. We want to impact our customers, but also their customers with AI. We can only do through internal change. So that's the opportunity side. Whereas the challenges, as you said, ecosystem, I think one of the things we are seeing is technology is moving very fast. What do you adopt? How do you adopt? Can you keep it secure? Can you keep it ethical? But the ecosystem has to develop. So huge opportunities. I agree with you on the challenges as well from Pakistan.
Asif, that the one point you mentioned about the talent development, that is the bedrock of everything we do. IBM launched a skill select program, and that is for the world as an ecosystem. So we have all the courses available free for the ecosystem across the world, because this change requires the fast-paced aptitude to retrain, reskill your workforce, and also bring the new skill in. And just like what System is doing is absolutely fantastic. And IBM is also taking the shape. I think all the big brands are doing that, and that is extremely important for the industry and for us as a country as well.
Very good. Let's just now move forward. From your experience as a tech leader and as an IBM leader, what are the preparations you think the businesses and industry needs to do globally and in Pakistan? How do you think for this new transformation that's happening, how does the industry and businesses prepare?
I often think about it. If you look at the first industrial revolution in general, it does not necessarily start with the industrialization. It actually fundamentally changed the way we looked at manufacturing and how it wired for all the supply chain, starting and changing the ecosystem upside down. So AI is going to not only change at a silos, it is going to wire and change all the processes that we look at it right now and how we look at it right now, most importantly. So first step is the strategy, understanding that the change, of course, we can start with the pockets, but this will be wired across the ecosystem, not only at industries level, at a country level, at a global level. And at IBM, we define a 6-step process, and we implemented those processes to move forward. Is to define the business vision, just like I explained. Don't focus on the large models, because people are a lot of talking about the large scale model. That is not what is required. All of your large models, to be honest, doesn't have even 1% of the corporate data. They are trained on the public available data. So you work out with the focused model. If you're working with the procurement, you don't have to have the football data in that. You need to talk about that specific language. The second most important element is the data silos. And to be honest, we often talk about solve data first, then AI, because data is the bedrock of everything that we do. Yeah. I talk about a lot of banks, telcos, and they only think about the structured data. It's not about that. It's about everything. It's IDOs, videos, logs, all amount of data, and then organize and bringing that in. The third important factor is to go for the fit for purpose AI. Don't boil the ocean. Look for the pocket of successes. We have enormous opportunity when it comes to procurement, supply chain, HR, account payable, receivable processes, and then we start solving the ecosystem around it.
Yeah.
The third is about look at it at the system, complete holistic system. The last and the most important point is govern before you scale.
Yeah.
And governance will be the extremely big challenge in the AI. Otherwise, ungoverned AI will not be good for the industry, for the country, and maybe the human race in general. We need to implement the governance right at the bottom and then start building the layer on the top of it. One important thing that I often feel as Pakistan as an industry, the pace of AI is not linear, it's super exponential. So the reaction time that I always saw in automation or maybe digitization, we were extremely late as industry. And that's not the strategy this time around. Yeah. We have to lead it. It's happening right in front of us.
I think I just want to add a couple of things on top of. Firstly, I agree with all the points you've made. We are also seeing that AI needs to start top down as well. While the disruption is happening bottom up, it has to start top down as well. Top down is at the board level. The awareness of the board, awareness of the exec committees. And we need to start seeing more chief AI officers in the organization, but them having seat on the table. Because unless the businesses and industry, especially in Pakistan, does not see that as a business transformation, this is not going to succeed, because this is not a technology transformation anymore. I think in our several centuries and decades, there are a couple of big transformations. You talked about Industry 1.0. I talk a lot about Industry 4.0. I know we are now at 6.0 and 7.0, where man and machine were brought into place. I always say this is man and a machine problem. Same, it's a man plus AI. AI is not going to be replacing the man, but what it's going to do is start doing the work that is not repetitive. Correct? So the man or the human being or the females that we've got, they all have to start creating value. And this top-down approach from the boards and the chief AI officer approach has to be put in place. The final thing just I want to add to that is the upskilling of our workforce. I think if businesses and industry has to scale, I always say talent has to be there. The talent has to get upskilled. They have to be provided tools. They have to be provided. We can't just run off open source on everything. You know, the ChatGPT cannot just solve all the problems for us. All the organizations have to start using and enforcing ethical AI within the organization. As you said, governance and all of that. So the key, I think what you talked about, and I'm agreeing with that, is that AI is a business transformation, not just a technology transformation.
Absolutely. And in IBM, we often say that true North Star is the amalgamation of the business and technology. Business owns the processes. Technology provides that. So ecosystem will be built by business, and technology is the enabler. So both need to unite hand. There are some organizations who are moving towards the AI chief AI leader position, but I see in next 5 years, every organization will have that role and required empowerment to govern that convergence of business and AI will be there. Perfect. And you absolutely rightly pointed out the upscaling. And one important thing, Asif, is the appetite to change. The most of the transformative initiative fails because number one, the mindset of change is not there. We're very comfortable with what we are doing, and the change adaptation in general from a top to the bottom layer, because AI is going to disrupt every segment in the industry, in this country, yes, in the world.
100% agree. So just to take that, we are working with certain banks as systems, certain telcos, and when the technology is spoken about, what we are starting is with where is the business use case for that. You know, AI for tech only is important and it's going to be done, but where is the business use case? And as soon as we see ROI or the industry sees ROI, that investment comes in place. So as you said, this is a very strong partnership between technology and business, but driven by the business use case, because those use cases are going to transform the industry does, not the technology.
Fantastic thing that you said, because we have to, I always tell the businesses, and whenever we go as an IBM, we tell them start with the use cases, start for the quick wins, start for the procurement optimization process, invoice payable, receivable, HR optimization process, and then scale for the larger use case. These processes will give you immediate gain. We worked with Coca-Cola for their procurement optimization. It's the largest procurement in the world, and we ended up saving more than $40 million in terms of optimization. So quick business gain, you can show the ROI to the top management and the boards, and you can also get the buy-in for the more future use cases. And that's where the industry is going.
So you talked about customers. I'm also going to talk about some of the internal things Systems is doing. So we've created a few very good use cases in HR for talent acquisition. There is a product that we've created called Genie, GenAI, from GenAI, which takes hundreds of CVs that come to us and matches it to the JDs and gets us the short listed, really relevant CVs, because we hire at scale. We've created sentiment analysis tools. We're using GenAI for a lot of internal transformation, as you said, procurement, HR, finance. They are low-hanging use cases that every organization should do. So at Systems, we're adopting it, and we are also doing it for our customers. A couple of large telcos, we've done churn management, campaign management through AI. Banks around credit risk, loans. Banks have been working with us on AI. So as you said, huge opportunity. I know IBM has also done a lot of transformations. So let's talk.
To be honest, the biggest story of Arvind, whenever he speaks to the board and everyone, is about IBM being the client zero. And we have drew about $3.5 billion of saving in terms of process. Let me share the story of HR, because we think of a small savings, not like this. IBM is a very huge, big organization, more than 10 million transactions being processed for HR. And we applied the complete automation using Watson and all the AI, and we are solving 9.4 million of those transactions using our AI. And that drove significant amount of changes. And I often talk to the people, the world we are going to enter it now, Asif, will be that we have more of an AI agents and AI assistants, and we will assign them a task, for example, reduce my churn by 10%, and it will automatically readjust based on the customer behavior to achieve a certain goal. That's a new world that we are going to step in. So we need to think at it as an ecosystem, and we need to think of it as a strategy. And then, of course, appetite to change. One of the best things that Arvind did, and what we did in IBM, is that we change with an extremely fast pace.
Excellent. So I think you've already entered to some of the advices that our tech leaders in Pakistan would need. So let's talk about that. How do you think our tech and business leaders can become successful in this ever-changing AI world?
Thank you very much. So Asif, I strongly believe just like from where I started in, that our roles as technology leaders are extremely important. And it is basically to create that ecosystem first. Because our job is to go and convince the industry, work with them, educate them, talent management, also creating an outlook for them, work with our customer to deliver the use cases by solving the ecosystem plus data, then of course delivering the value. The first thing that you really miss out, that we look for a very small chunks, POCs and all, and we cannot scale. So we as a technology leader need to solve that scale problem. And that's where the actual opportunity lies, I believe.
Excellent. I also think some of the things that we are looking at is there needs to be a purpose behind AI. AI for the sake of AI has no value. We can all do very easy consumer AI. Purpose, and I also think in Pakistan we need to have a national reason of doing AI. As I said, the technology is an equalizer now. We, from like any other country or people, are all at the equal level playing field. So how do we make this? So purpose, national reason, and this is strategic. This is not just technology, this is strategy. So my advice to all the tech and business leaders, and I'm sure yours is the same, is that this has to be part of the strategy. It cannot be just a box saying, oh, we do AI. It has to be part of the strategy. And finally, I think you've spoken about ecosystem a lot. Ecosystem means systems integrators like us, global technology players like you, academia, it's extremely important, and then finally the industry and businesses. They all have to come together to do it.
Absolutely. And if you look at some of the larger companies, they're already setting up the AI councils at a country level and at the regions level as well, at the group level as well. And the earlier point you mentioned about, see, there is an external factors which are pressing us and an industry as a country to do AI, because we will become irrelevant if we will not do it. Manufacturing companies will not do it. Anybody else sitting in another company will take the lot of mileage. But the most importantly is to have inside out, because change will never come until this is a move coming from inside of us. And we as technology leader needs to take the lead, working with the government, working with the industry, and ideally set up similar kind of the council. We have the big companies like us, system integrators like System Limited, and all the other companies joining hands to bring this. And the time is less. Yes. This is unlike any previous industry transformation 1, 2, 3, 4. We have to move fast, otherwise the cost of not doing anything, I believe, will be far. Yeah, it will
Adnan, I really thank you. Great conversation. Thank you, viewers. This is Systems Unplugged. AI is an existential threat. We just talked about some of the opportunities, challenges, how the ecosystems can work, what is the advice for business leader. But this transformation is a game-changing transformation. We have to get on the bandwagon of this transformation and ensure we as a country and individuals are putting our part. Till the next episode, I'm signing off. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, team. Thank you, Asif.